Let's talk about a huge shift in how we should be thinking about AI. And this isn't about some clever new prompt hack. No, this is about a whole new philosophy, one that can take you from getting just okay answers to getting real, actual breakthroughs.
So, does this sound familiar? You spend time crafting a request for your AI, you hit enter, and what you get back is, well, it's fine, it's technically correct, but it's just so bland. It has absolutely no spark. If you're sitting there nodding, trust me, you are not alone. You know, the root of this frustration usually comes down to a really simple choice. On one side, you've got the dictator, just barking orders at a machine, and on the other, you've got the collaborator, who's ready for a real conversation. Which one you choose, that changes everything.
So let's dive into our first section, the collaboration mindset. It's time to stop thinking about AI as a vending machine and start treating it like a real partner. Here's the secret sauce. Breakthrough results don't come from giving better orders. They come from spirited collaboration. You know, if you treat your AI like a slot machine, you're just going to get random, unsatisfying answers. But if you treat it like a sparring partner, something truly extraordinary can happen.
So how do you actually do that? Well, it means moving beyond these one-off questions and into a real back and forth. You have to invite it to debate you, to disagree. Embrace that little bit of intellectual friction. That's how you iterate on ideas together, and that's where the magic really is.
And this quote it nails it. Stop dictating, start conversing. When you treat the AI as a genuine thinking partner, you start to uncover ideas and solutions that honestly you never would have found on your own. This is the mindset.
All right, so you've got the mindset, but what are the actual practical rules of engagement for this new partnership? Let's cover how to master the input. Rule number 1, and this is by far the most important: context is king. Seriously, it is the single biggest lever you have for getting quality results. Think about it. You wouldn't ask a brand new teammate to start a complex project with zero background information, right? So why on earth would you do that to your AI? Because this is exactly what happens when you don't provide context. You starve the AI, and you are absolutely guaranteed to get that generic, soulless result. An answer that's, yeah, technically correct, but creatively and strategically completely wrong. So what is context, really? Well, it's the big picture stuff, like your project goals and constraints. It's the nitty-gritty, like coding standards and architecture. It's the history. What decisions have been made? What lessons have you learned? And maybe most importantly, it's examples of what you consider your best work. And this all leads to what is basically an immutable law of AI interaction. The quality of what you put in directly determines the quality of what you get out. It's simple. Vague in, vague out. But if you show up with rich, quality context, you're going to get brilliance back. And this is where the rubber meets the road. Examples will always beat explanations. Don't just describe what you mean by clean code. No, upload your absolute best code base. Let the AI chew on it, analyze it, and learn your style. That becomes the gold standard for everything it does for you from that point on. Now, here's a rule that might seem a little weird at first. Politeness is technical. Why? Well, these AI models are trained on billions of examples of human conversation. And it turns out that polite, well-structured, respectful questions tend to live in the same vector space, the same conceptual neighborhood as high-quality answers. So being polite isn't just nice, it actually steers the AI toward a better result. Okay, so you start putting this all into practice. How does this mindset actually transform your day-to-day workflow? Let's get into how it changes the whole game. So what about that skeptical colleague? We all have one. The trick isn't to force them to adopt a new tool. It's to give them ownership. How? You feed the AI examples of their best work, their documents, their code, their designs. When the AI starts talking and thinking like them, that skepticism just melts away. And let's be really clear here. This is not manipulation. It's actually the opposite. It's a profound form of respect. You're honoring the very expertise and style that made them a valuable member of the team in the first place. You're making them a co-author of this new process.
This collaborative approach also completely changes how you see downtime. You know, those dead moments in your day, standing in line, your commute, waiting for a build to finish. That's not wasted time anymore. That is idea time. Every spare minute becomes an opportunity to just riff with your AI partner.
And let's talk about sharing knowledge. Come on, let's be honest. Massive documents and long, dense wikis are where good ideas go to die. We're not wired for that. We are wired for dialogue. So instead of writing a manual, try recording a conversation where you and the AI debate the key ideas. It's so much more memorable and engaging.
Okay, let's wrap this all up with the one big philosophy that ties everything we've talked about together, the prime directive.
So, here it is. The prime directive doctrine. This is your North Star. And the mission is simple. Ruthlessly minimize the friction and the cognitive load for the human and push as much complexity as possible onto the AI. It's all about making sure the right mind, whether it's silicon or organic, is doing the right kind of work.
In practice, this really boils down to 4 key things. The AI manages the complexity. The human's input should be totally frictionless. Talk to it, sketch for it, whatever. The AI organizes everything, but always with a bias for precision. And, crucially, if the AI gets stuck or isn't sure, there is an explicit, clear way for it to escalate back to you, the human. So, here's the bottom line. Getting true innovation from AI isn't a passive activity. It's not about pressing a button. It's messy, it's dynamic, it's a real back and forth. It's time to stop being a dictator and start being a collaborator. Which leaves us with this final thought. Collaboration is a contact sport. Suit up,